Hi, and thanks for watching my quick German short row tutorial. I've cast on 20 stitches on this little sample, and I'm going to knit 15. My pattern says to knit 15. And then what it says is turn. So I've knit 15, I've got 5 left, turn. So to make the double stitch, what I do is I bring the yarn forward here. I'm on the purl side, the wrong side. What I need to do is slip this last stitch worked, which is the first stitch on the left-hand needle. I'm going to slip it over, slip it purlwise. And then I'm going to bring the yarn up and over the back of the right needle. And so you can see now it looks like it's a double stitch. You see the 2 stitches there? That's the leg of the purl. Now the next step, my pattern says on the wrong side to purl 10. So I've made my double stitch and I'm going to purl 10 and then turn again. Now I'm going to turn and I'm facing the right side. Now this one looks a little bit different, but it's the same idea. I'm going to slip the last stitch worked to the right hand needle. Oops, sorry. First I have to bring the yarn forward, then slip to the right hand side, right hand needle, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull it up and over. It's not quite as neat. It looks a little bit different than the purl legs did, but that's how it's supposed to look. So just go on. So you've got your double stitch. Now it says knit to end, knitting the double stitch as you come to it. So I'm going to knit to the end of this swatch, and I'm going to come up to the double stitch we made last round in a minute. It's right here. Do you see it? Right here. So I'm just going to knit both legs of that together. Just knit it like it's a regular stitch, and that's it. Now I knit to the end. And then now the 4th row of my pattern says purl to end, resolving the double stitch as you come to it. Pardon the mess. And then I'm going to purl to the end. The double stitch that we made is over here. So I'm going to just purl along here. Apologize for the low-tech video, but I don't have a pause button on my phone. And anyway, it's helpful to see somebody doing it, so I hope you bear with me. So I'm coming up to the double stitch we made on the knit side that looked a little funky. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes time to resolve it. Sometimes it'll say purl double stitch or resolve double stitch. Depends on what your pattern says, but really all you're doing, here I come to the double stitch, and it stands out, you can really see it. And so now I have to look for the 2 legs. You might have to pull it down a little bit, and then you purl through. I'm purling through this part of the stitch and that leg, and that's it. And I purl to the end. And let's take a look at what we have. So what we started, I don't know if you can see that, but we started to kind of make a curve. Because what short rows are is working a short row. You don't work all the way across. You're working the middle stitches of the row more than you are the end stitches. So here's one here that one double stitch that we resolved, and here's the other double stitch that we resolved. And it's almost invisible. If I were to keep knitting, you would not notice this at all. And what it would do is it would give you some height here that you might be looking for in a shoulder, or to raise the back of the neck of a sweater to be higher than the front. So there's lots of uses for it, and it's once you understand what a double stitch is and how to kind of pull yarn up and over, you got it.